Hello. Blockchain, crypto, what do you want?
Yeah. I mean, we're supposed to get started, and we had this whole thing set up, but the other dude, this is co-run by me and the other guy, Mike, but he unfortunately can't make it, and because of that, things don't seem to be going so well at the moment. So. This is just gonna be more of a like open discussion group for today instead of like an actual like presentation type style. Hey,
Alright.
what's up, Kevin? So, are you at all into the crypto and blockchain space, or are you? What's up? Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
invested in Bitcoin a couple of years ago.
All right. All right. Did it just like come by this?
Got out
Mhm.
early last.
Oh, okay. You were saying.
You saying?
You were sorry. Sorry for interrupting you. You were saying.
No, I was just saying I sold all my Bitcoin several months ago
Mm.
when the price was around
Ah.
17,000. So I
Wow. Wow.
got out before the big drop.
Quite lucky. You probably made quite some profit if it was the ones you bought a few years ago. I mean that was back when it was what a couple hundred. So ooh, wow.
It was a small principal investment, but it turned out to be enough to pay off all my
Yeah,
students
yeah, I can
and
imagine. Wow,
halfway across the country. So
you're one of the lucky few.
yeah, things were
Mhm.
getting a little too crazy for me to stay invested, with all these companies
Oh
coming out
yeah,
with
and well, I mean, you
crypto
picked like the
and
perfect time. I mean, it's like,
all
hmm
ICOs. Oh my God.
now, if you don't mind me asking, how many did you buy? Was it, I mean, like 100 plus type, or was it like a couple or?
I originally
Mhm.
invested about $1,000 worth at various
Okay,
prices.
okay.
Right, and was price kept doubling, and every time the price would double, I would withdraw my original investment out so I
Mm.
could pay off my debts. And it kept going, it kept doubling, it kept doubling, it
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
doubling. It was pretty
Honestly.
cool. It was like a machine printing money.
And then it got up to the 20,000 mark, and then it just dropped, and now here we are. It's hovering at right over 8,000 at the moment, I believe, still. So, you picked the perfect time,
Yeah,
really.
yeah, I've been watching it the last couple
Like,
months.
I mean, it was only between 17 and 20,000 for like a
Same
couple
here.
days. So, I mean, it's like you really couldn't have
Yeah.
picked a better time.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like a bubble too much, New articles are coming out and all that, they're just like, I'll step out of this race.
Yeah, at the moment, really, it's just kind of waiting for all the different projects to like kind of make it or break it. That's how I've really been hearing it and seeing it for the past like couple months or whatever. The ICO speed has seemed to slow down a bit, and they're actually either coming out or going in like
Yeah.
bankrupt, and not really bankrupt, but closing down and disappearing. And
I'm more interested to yeah, see where all the developers go. It seems there's a lot of developers on the Ethereum blockchain, but
hmm
it doesn't seem scalable, even though they're trying to add on different networks to make it more scalable. But maybe EOS will step in and provide some new scale for the crypto
To
space.
be honest, I personally believe, I mean, not really to be honest, but personally, I think it'll be based on how they develop their plasma chain. I don't know if you know anything about their like plasma side chain for it, but really,
No,
yeah.
no.
So it's like as you mentioned, like the big issue with the Ethereum blockchain is like the scalability issue as much with like Bitcoin and whatnot. So there's all these different like blockchains like Zilliqa. I don't know if you're aware of them, and like some others that are trying to come out with like scalability solutions to get ahead of Ethereum. But they have the Plasma sidechain, I believe. I'm not expert on this. I was reading up quite a bit on it though, and it's essentially like their solution by like Vitalik himself to like speed up the like scaling issues and like allow like a lot more transactions to go through. And I mean, I don't know. It's like Ethereum's really, I think, I got into a good position. That's it's like hard to really like beat for second place at this point, unless they kind of.
Yeah, they have a solid,
Hmm.
contract platform.
Well, it's not. It's.
Anything you can write in the smart
Hmm.
contracts, that's relatively lightweight. They've gotten around the corner.
Well, and it's funny because it's you got all these like blockchains and coins coming out that are like, yeah, we're gonna beat Ethereum and we're like way better at it than them. However, they all launched their main nets on the Ethereum blockchain, along with the fact that any DApp you see.
Or they just use the ERC-20.
Yeah, exactly. It's like EOS
Like EOS
was
token, they just use the token for investment.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you know much about EOS or anything. They kind of like went up in height, kind of like a few others, and then like died down when they proved not to be too effectively scalable. It's like, hey, what's up, Chuck?
Can I ask
Yeah,
you a
yeah, go
question?
right ahead. This is definitely open discussion.
This screen that we're
Yes.
looking at, and it says don't hit F5 again, and it's showing some numbers. Are the numbers updating in real time, or do you have to hit something to update?
It should be showing real time at the moment from at least when the page was refreshed. So this is current within the past like 10 minutes or so. If you can actually refresh the page, it might be like newer, but it's definitely within the past like 10 minutes.
Go over there.
Yeah.
Go outside.
I'm operating on 600 kilobytes a second, so I may glitch out anytime. No problem.
Well, so, keep going. It's, you can come back if you want, and it's all good.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you prefer CoinMarketCap or Paprika?
I actually haven't really even been using CoinMarketCap too much. This is kind of from Mike. This is the main one that I use for most of my graphs. I actually haven't heard of what was it? I assume Paprika? It's this like the spice. Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah.
Just the way it sounds.com.
I'd go to it, but like
That one actually updates.
Yeah, no, as I mentioned earlier before some people joined in, I'm one of two of the hosts for this group, and the other, unfortunately, he can't make it tonight, and for some odd reason, he's the one that has access to controlling all the like slides and whatnot. So, it's... Yeah, so...
No worries.
The real
Mhm.
admin.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, no worries. No, either way, this is good.
Yeah, so this is gonna be just more of
That's like
mhm.
a free incidental.
Yeah, like open like group. So if anyone has anything, as you were saying, like questions or just anything on crypto or whatever to bring up and talk about, that's it's mostly what today is gonna be for the majority of it.
And what's your background, man?
Me, I got into the space about a year ago. I got into some like crypto games, and then I got kind of out of it when the prices started like skyrocketing towards like 20,000 for Bitcoin. And then I got back into the whole like DApp space earlier this year, a few months ago. I currently host a YouTube channel. I run this. I got Discord for this, and I essentially post like DApp like games like on the blockchain and Ethereum specifically. I don't know if anyone here knows much about them, like CryptoKitties. That's probably the best example, like those sorts of things. However, they've actually evolved quite a bit since the CryptoKitties days, and they actually show quite a bit of promise. So I mean that's mhm.
So how deep in are it? Like, do you have property and stuff like that?
Yeah, so there's multiple like sites like Mega Cryptoopolis, and like Decentraland is one of the best examples for like actual plots. I don't currently own any in there just because it's I don't know, there's a lot of talk around Decentraland, but I own quite a few like ERC-20 tokens and NFTs personally, just because like I said, my channel is mostly like dApps and me investing in different things with like my own funds and the such. You should have the tools. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So your co-host, what's his background?
He has been. I don't actually know too much. He's been in it around the same length as me, about a year. He mostly like invests and holds, or does a bit of day trading, or hodls, I should say, and he does some mining, like with his own like rigs and whatnot, for Bitcoin and other such coins. I mean, besides that, I don't know too much. We mostly it's like I met him getting this like set up, but we've never actually like met in person. we both were talking to Altspace about getting this set up, and we kind of like joined together and just kind of started on it. So yeah, I mean, it's like there's all the, you know, like Stramba, Decentraland, High Fidelity. There's a handful at the, like, I can't think of it at the top of my head for like just VR blockchain. So, you know, I felt that it was, you know, a great combination to get, you know, people in VR interested in blockchain, and to give people in, you know, the blockchain space that aren't particularly into VR, you know, and a reason to, you know, get into it and, you know, join us. Because I don't know if this is your first time, you know, joining into this or not, but this is a weekly group that we do. As I have mentioned, we do this normally on Fridays. However, depending on our schedule, it can be either like Thursday or, as for today, Saturday. Which it's normally not on Saturday, it's normally on Fridays. But yeah, things have kind of been a little crazy, just because, you know, work schedules and whatnot.
Cool. I'll have to attend more.
Yeah, definitely. It's also at like 6 to 7, like the current time. I don't know if you're in Central Time. That's my time zone, but mostly 6 to 7, if not 7 to 8. Never earlier than that, or at least it hasn't been as of yet. We try to keep it, you know, like on steady schedule, just because, you know, for evenness. Hey, sorry for not to, you know.
Have you heard of
You were saying? Sorry.
Render token in the panel?
What?
Render token? IOTOY?
I'm sorry. One more time. You said token, and then the first part I didn't catch.
Render token. Yeah, RNDR render token.
Render token.
Yeah, it's relatively new compared to other cryptocurrencies. It's a utility coin, and it's for rendering light fields for Otoy. They're a graphics rendering. They're part of the 3D pack.
Oh, okay.
For Hollywood and high-end studios. So they released a token to basically let people rent out their GPUs to render light fields for customers over the network. And cheap for that was because rendering light fields takes a long time depending on the size of the scene. But
okay, now is this like something that is in ICO, was in ICO, or is actively trading?
They did do an ICO that ended.
Okay.
And they're building out the whole beta, and anyone with a GPU can join the network and start earning the tokens.
So it's currently live, and you can currently go on and start earning with the GPU.
If you get into their beta,
Oh, okay. So it's an active beta, is what you're saying. Okay, I didn't catch that. Okay.
yeah, they did complete their ICO. Though. I think they raised a couple $100 million. It was
Yes. Most ICOs
they
tend
put
to.
a number cap on it. I think it was less than 200.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's real cool. Yeah. So open beta. That's nice.
I have another
Yes.
question. Stellar, what do you guys think Stellar will be listed on Coinbase?
Coinbase, I don't know. I know they're planning on adding, I believe, 5 new altcoins in the next year. I'm not. What do you know? What Stellar is in the top like charts for crypto? Because I currently don't follow Stellar personally.
I think it's like
6?
I think it just
Okay.
like
All right. Oh wow, really? Well, if that's the case,
It's difficult to tell in such an inflated market these days.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I definitely think it was more like the beginning of the year and like towards the end of last year that we saw like the big boom in the inflation. I think now we're just going to be at like a little bit of a rise, and then it might just you know, have a correction again sometime soon, most likely. However, I'm not a financial advisor.
Presumably, all these. Yeah, presumably, the value of all these coins will revert their mean value to the network itself. So, you know, transaction costs and so forth. So you think that would restrict on price.
Well, most tokens also
The actual utility of the network itself. You certainly there's just gotta be equal.
yeah, no, but
Once you get rid of all the-
if most people, I don't know if you personally noticed, but all, or at least the majority of like altcoins are currently like tethered essentially to like Bitcoin. So even if, you know, that is the case, you know, it's like if Bitcoin's gonna rise up, you know, most of the other altcoins, whether it's, you know, inflationary or not, are probably gonna rise in price as well, just because, you know, that's kind of how it goes. However, you know,
frothy investors, basically.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, and, until we actually get like some competing coins and blockchains that are, you know, actually able to put up the fight with Bitcoin, I don't really think that's going to change. So most likely not in the next like year or two, but sometime down the line, hopefully.
Well, Ethereum is doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, it's definitely doing a great job. Their Plasma, I don't know if whoever said that knows much about it, but once that, you know, if they're able to actually implement that correctly, is definitely gonna most likely cement itself as like number two, or probably definitely like past Bitcoin is you know, like number one. Maybe not in like market cap, but at least in like usability and value. Yeah, so I don't know if who's new and whatnot like joined before I last mentioned, but this is gonna be, or at least is, more of like an open discussion for today's group, just because I don't currently have full access to the slides and screens and whatnot, so it's not gonna be as like official and whatnot. So, you know, if there's any questions, anybody has any, you know, coins or whatever, as we were, you know, doing, like, that wants to bring up, talk about, mention, you know, that's definitely cool. I know Power Ledger, I don't know if anybody here knows much about Power Ledger. They've definitely been up in the space quite recently. They've been listed on some decentralized exchanges as of recently. They're hopefully they can actually start, you know, using their technology for some cool stuff. Does anybody here actually know about Power Ledger, or so we can actually go into a little detail? So obviously probably not. So yeah, it's actually it's sorry about that, notifications, blockchain, a crypto on the blockchain that is essentially where people with, you know, solar panels and whatnot that get renewable energy can actually like collect their excess energy and then sell it as like tokens to other people, so you can buy power like for your home instead of like from the, you know, electric company, like from actual like people that you know, are getting it from renewable like sources, and then you can go about selling that power.
Right, so how scalable is that, given that it's tied to grid geography, people's homes, what kind of equipment needs to be deployed?
So essentially the point of it would be they're gonna like want to use their technology and essentially like combine it with the big like electric companies. So essentially like you can take the renewable energy and like either directly sell it to like other people that like want to, you know, contact you, and like you can buy the tokens that I believe they said are going to be directly connected with kilowatt of energy, and you'll be able to directly like trade and buy and sell that energy like in the tokens to other people or to the actual like electric companies, which will pay you out. They have like a set exchange rate for the electricity into fiat. So you can either, you know, like collect it with, you know, solar panels and whatnot, instead of just like having the excess energy like go to waste. You can either like I said, like trade it if you actually know people that want to buy the energy, or you can sell it directly to the, you know, big electric companies.
Well, that's actually not a bad idea, but it's just that's gonna take a long time.
It's not that it's not going to take a long time. However, if you actually take a look at any of these ICOs and projects, you can't really name too many that aren't like kind of far-fetched and, you know, like way down the line. However, you know, it's not bad to start thinking about it. It's like the future starts with work today. So, you know, it's like come up with the idea. It's a matter of actually, you know, putting it into, you know, work. It's like they finished the ICO.
Just like any other.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's like they actually have like quite a bit of like technology and like actual like application like work that's, you know, in progress, and I'm not really so certain about their, you know, work with connecting with the big, you know, electric companies. But, you know, it's really we got to get, you know, blockchain more onto the like mainstream side before we can start really looking at that for any like big projects. But you know, that's a big group effort.
A lot of the big tech companies have quite bullish on. I know a lot of cloud services by IBM and Microsoft and probably a few other tech companies.
Oh yeah, not just
are offering custom
mhm.
cloud solutions for blockchains. Kind of goes against the grain of centralization, decentralization, but for some applications it can be quite useful. That kind of scale of cloud.
Well, it's not just the yeah, no, as you were saying, like it's not just the big like tech companies. However, there's like I know like JP Morgan, I'm like 90% certain, like MasterCard, I know for a fact, Chase, all the like big banks and whatnot, like just as like a start, have invested millions already into like blockchain space and like blockchain tech.
Yeah.
Just because really it's like they're trying to fight for, you know, centralizing it to use for themselves, and you know, we're kind of trying to, you know, make it decentralized. So it's, I don't know, I think of it like a ongoing struggle, and unfortunately on our side we're not doing too much you know, good to, you know, get blockchain out there, but you know, hopefully we can push through.
I think it's only a matter
And it
of
was
time.
always the dreaded
You know what?
50% attack. If your network is not big enough, diverse enough, you're still susceptible.
Yeah, it's also true.
No networks, Tyler has an advantage, I think, right? But if you have to-
I don't know too much about it.
I mean, you say you don't follow Tyler much.
If you actually want to come up and speak about it, because I don't personally know too much about it, you seem to actually know quite a bit. So if you'd like to give a little bit of like an explanation to, you know, anybody here that doesn't know, that'd be you know, great.
I'm okay. I'm
Okay, yeah, no problem, no problem.
I'm good. I'd rather
You just kidding.
All good.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, this is like an open, it's not really like, normally we present the entire point of this is like blockchain, it's decentralized, nobody, you know, is supposed to have the central like word here. So it's like, you know, come in, you know, it's like you got something to talk about or whatever. It's like, you know, anyone can you know, talk about whatever. Obviously you don't have to, but you know, as we're doing, just kind of, you know, discussion.
Maybe next time I'll come up with some.
Yeah, yeah. As I said, we're most Fridays, every Friday, actually, except for, you know, when we have to change it to like a Thursday or a Saturday, as we're doing today. But we're on weekly. We also have a Discord and a Twitter and YouTube, and pretty much everything else. So if, you know, you're trying to connect, whether on VR or not, we're always, you know, down. Mhm.
What if the general sounds good?
I'm sorry, what now?
I will be using this.
Is this coordinated through
Altspace? Is this
Would I need
coordinated
one?
through Altspace, or is this you guys independent of it?
So, the group, the VR, like this weekly meeting, is through Altspace only because it is the, you know, like best platform that we have used. However, we are an independent group that is going like through Altspace for the meetings, but we also have our official Twitter and Discord group and Telegram and all the other stuff that's, you know, completely independent but supported by Altspace. Just for, you know, like standard, you know, just talk crypto and, you know, all things blockchain.
And
Mhm.
you guys are speculating, you're buying this stuff to make money, or is it just kind of like holding it? Most of the time it's just speculating to money off of these trades.
Well, we're doing the, you know, this actual group personally, just like, you know, spread knowledge and whatnot. My personal use case is I do a bit of day trading, and I also hold actual like tokens that I believe have some good use case. I have a YouTube channel that I do dapps like gaming, like blockchain gaming and such on, just because they actually have quite a bit of, you know, games and whatnot in the blockchain space that are being developed currently and actually coming out like within the past like months and whatnot, that you can actually like play and earn money and such on, and like, you know, get a revenue from video games essentially. So I've, you know, been really into that.
No kidding. And do you have to pay to play?
So most of these dapps are on.
So how are you generating?
Yeah,
money?
so most of these dApps are on the Ethereum blockchain. They are on, you know, smart contracts. I don't know if you've heard of like CryptoKitties and whatnot, but essentially they've evolved like a lot more from that. So you go on. My best example that I like to play is called Blockchain Cuties. You go on and you get what are called these cuties. They're like little animal-like creatures that have like skills, and you buy them, you know, on the Ethereum blockchain using Ether. They're like, you can get them at this moment for like $1.50 or something a piece, and you essentially take them and you can like send them off to a battle, and they'll go and fight like another cutie, and they'll like level up, get experience. They'll like potentially like bring back items that you can sell on the market, and you can get like achievements and like other such things for that. And that's just like one very small use case. If you actually go and just look up like Ethereum dApps and like blockchain dApps, there's actually quite a few sites that actually just like list them all. You'll find like a whole bunch of them, and it's more or less finding the ones that are actually like being developed and coming out. Because there's the issue with the like dApp space in Ethereum is they have a lot of like Ponzi sites and whatnot that are like coming out. That's like, hey, you can, you know, put in Ether and just like get dividends, make money, whatever. And really, it's like you got to be careful for those, because they just kind of like take all your, you know, money, and then they just like shut down the sites. And they have like actual ones like Hyper Dragons. That's a really fun game that I've actually played. It's like most of these I actually have like up on my channel. If you're actually like interested to get more into it, you should, you know, check it out.
Yeah, what's your channel?
So yeah, I'm on YouTube, Fandom Games, FANDOM, you know, GAMES. It's got Ether for the background picture. I have like 70 videos so far. I'm not trying to shill, but it's just it's something that I do that I think not a lot of people actually know of. I don't know if you've heard of Engine Coin. It's something that I've been.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing of.
Yeah. So as I was saying.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing of something like games.
Yeah. So Engine Coin is a great example. It's a, you know, coin token on you know, a blockchain that's come out, and essentially what they're doing is you know, in-game assets. So, you know, like you play something like, you know, World of Warcraft, CS:GO, Call of Duty, whatever. You know, you play the games, you get like in-game items, you get, you know, weapons, armor, you know, whatever, like skins, and you can you know, buy them for like in-game currency that you spend money on, and then sometimes you can like, you know, trade them, you know, to a different account. If you're lucky and you have it on Steam, you can sell it on like the Steam marketplace, but there's not really a whole lot of options with it. With like Engine, essentially you have these coins, the Engine coins, that you spend on in-game items, and essentially they're an open source blockchain where like game developers are going to be able to go on and create their own games, which they're already actually in the progress of doing. That you go on and you play like AAA, like, you know, games, like you know, actual video games, and the in-game items that you earn from them, instead of just, you know, being like normal like in-game items that you know, you spend like $5 on like microtransactions that you just kind of keep in your account and do nothing with. You can take them and you can trade them, you know, between games, like to other players. You can trade them between games, so you can actually make like one game that has like items, and then another game that's, you know, maybe a little bit similar and has like, you know, its own set of items, but maybe also include a few from that game, or just allow that game's like code, so you can like actually trade in-game items from one game to another, and then you can sell those items back for the Engine coin, which you can then trade back in for like Ether or, you know, Fiat USD, and actually, you know, get money. So it's like, yeah, so it's once the games come out, you can essentially go on, like, buy one of these games, or just like get into one of these video games. Like I said, they're like going to be AAA games. They actually have full AAA developers coming out for it. You can just play the game, you know, earn in-game items from playing the, you know, game, whatever, just kind of for free. And then you can take them and you can sell them to other people, or sell them for the Engine coin, or trade them to, you know, a different game, and then just kind of trade that back for like Ether or Fiat or whatever. So it's actually they had their ICO a while ago. It's in current development. They actually have their own. I don't know if you know much about the ERC20 token standard, or the what's it, ERC 721 non-fungible token standard on the Ethereum blockchain, but they have their own like coin standard coming out even for it, and like they got a lot going on.
So I thought. So when you say Ethereum blockchain, I know that Ethereum is a type of coin. Like there's Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you could trade other kind of coins on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's basically like the language, like the programming algorithms. of Ethereum, you could create other coins in that same mode?
Yeah, so essentially, okay, so I'll kind of take it a step back, because this is what I was actually going to have my presentation on. Ethereum, right? So Bitcoin, you can't do much with it. Everybody knows that. You buy Bitcoin, at 5,000, goes up to 10,000, you sell it, it's like that's all you can do with it. You take it from your wallet, you send it to another wallet. That's all there is. That's Bitcoin. Ethereum, however.
Well, one day it could replace.
Yes. So it could replace currency. It could replace gold. It could. However, the transaction speed is far too slow, and the transaction price, the fee price, is far too high. The current Bitcoin blockchain. So the blockchain is the underlying tech for it. So how I like to think about it is like blockchain is like the highway, dApps are like the roads, and crypto are the cars that drive on it. So Bitcoin doesn't really have that high tech of a blockchain, which is why the only thing you can do on it is buy and sell Bitcoin on an exchange. Ethereum, on the other hand, has what's known as smart contracts, and all that is essentially is it allows you to create code, using Java, CSS, Python, actual programming code, and it allows you to make contracts that are if and then statements. So essentially, if you do this, then this happens. And as simple as a contract like that, they allow you to make dApps, like websites, full on, different games, whatever, because it allows you to do things like if, player does action like kill a monster, do whatever, trade with ever, then they get rewarded, whatever. So it's like the options with it are endless. And so just because of the ability to, because of the ability to create your own smart contract, because anyone can do it. You can go on, you can create your own, code your own contract. It's called Solidity. It's their own Ethereum programming language for smart contracts, and you code it out I don't know if you know much about programming, but you code out websites, YouTube, whatever, any website that's out there is from a program. So you can just go on and you can create the code for it, and then you publish it onto the Ethereum blockchain via the smart contract. And essentially, because it's on the blockchain, this is what makes it decentralized. You can't go on, no government authority can go on and take the site down, can go on and, remove it from the blockchain, because you can't go back into the blockchain. Once the block is, sent and the transaction's gone through, it's there, it's permanent. So if you upload a thing, a smart contract, dApp, and it's a website, you cannot take it down. The government cannot take it down. No one can take it down. The only way it can get shut down is if you're hosting it through a website provider and then you decide to shut it down. However, you can upload them through not even a website provider, through its own blockchain site thing. So it's it can be possible for that to not even be a option to shut down the site. So once they're up there, they're permanent, which is and that's what makes it all decentralized. And you were asking?
Yeah, and that's what's great, is that you can't go back and erase it. I mean, I don't have anything in cryptocurrency right now, but the technology is fascinating, and I have some friends in finance who are saying that smart contracts are going to replace initial public offerings, and that you could be doing business contracts on the blockchain, because instead of having a bank who's the third party that's verifying the transaction, it's verified in the blockchain. And without some kind of crazy quantum computer, you could never decode the cryptography. So, and that's what you said about it being erasable.
Yeah, so a great example would be how, so when you send money through a bank to someone else, from your bank, whatever, that money goes from your bank account. There's someone that works at the bank that has to take that money, has to connect it to the other account that you're sending it to, make sure it's approved. They have to take their cut, their fee, and then send it through, because they're working, they're doing their job, they have to get paid, and so they have to take a cut of your money. And then you also have to, wait the day, 2 days. If it's the weekend, you can't even get it, sent through the weekend, whatever. You got to wait, and it takes a long time. With blockchain and smart contracts, like I said, it's as simple as creating the if-then-then contract. So it'll be, say you want to send a crypto from like a altcoin, so like Ethereum, Ether, from your wallet to someone else, using their smart contracts and a decentralized exchange, which are their smart contract exchanges that are on the Ethereum blockchain that you can instantly send like coins from one account to the other without having to like put the money on the exchange. Because I'm not sure if you're aware, but a lot of exchanges have gotten hacked over the years, like Mt. Gox. I don't know if you know or are aware. That's just one example.
Well, that's why I haven't jumped into anything, because it's the Wild
Yes.
West.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've heard from a bunch of people is that it's not you holding the coin that's the problem. It's the exchanges where you're exchanging your money to get the coin that are the problem.
And it's beautiful. So on Ethereum, you go on Coinbase. I'm not sure if you know about it. You can go on like something like Coinbase or something simple that sells.
I have friends who use Coinbase, right, and they have their wallet. Yeah.
And it's as simple as going on. You connect your credit card or your whatever card, your whatever bank to the Coinbase account. You go on. Right now they have Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. You can just buy it. You set up a wallet. You can either have a physical like hard wallet, or you can have a digital one. I use MetaMask, which is literally just a Google Chrome extension that is its own like wallet. It gives you your own like 12 encrypted like word phrase, its own key. It's like it's completely like encrypted. I trust it at least. And you take that coin, you send it right to the wallet. And on the Ethereum blockchain, they actually have these decentralized exchanges where instead of putting your crypto like your Bitcoin or your Ethereum from your wallet into an exchange and trusting them with it, and then exchanging it for a different coin and then having to send it back, taking all that time, paying all those fees and whatnot. Essentially, they've made with smart contracts these exchanges where you go on, you select the crypto you want, and it'll be like if you send them this amount of whatever Ether or Bitcoin or whatever, you receive this amount of said crypto. So you go on. One great example that I use is Kyber Network or AirSwap. Those are two exchanges. If you just like look them up, like Kyber Network or AirSwap like exchange, you'll find them easily just on Google, and you just go on. And it's got like a list of just like 20, 30 altcoins. You click which one you want. So they got like Hypercoin. They got like I said, Power Ledger is a good example earlier. They have a lot. They have quite a few of them. And you just click the one you want. You type in like however much Ether, like half an Ether, 1 Ether, 0.001. It'll tell you how much of that coin you want, and you exchange it. And all you have to do is pay the gas fee. And instead of having to take the your crypto from your wallet, put it onto the exchange and trade it, it'll take the crypto straight from your wallet, transfer it to their wallet, and take the crypto that you selected from their wallet and transfer it to yours instantaneously. So there is no like crypto going onto an exchange to be stolen, and then you instantly get like the said crypto into your wallet, and it's like there's no middleman. And that's because of the smart contract like technology that went into it.
It's brilliant. It's really cool stuff, man. And I like that it's decentralized. What you're telling me about games and dApps, those are things that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, it's something that I had no idea about for the like longest time, and so it's like they have. Sorry, God, something's going on with the. Sorry, give me just a second. Yeah, so am I. That's what I'm trying to. Give me a second. 1 second. See if I can. Okay. Yes. Okay. That. My apologies. That's. I don't know what happened for that, but yeah, so as I was saying, you were talking about the dApps and games and whatnot. Yeah, they have plenty of examples. Like, you can just go on and, like CryptoCuties. So the essential like basis for it, it's like the first dApp that came out. It came out at the end of last year, like November or December, sometime around there. And
Still pretty new. Yeah.
yeah, and so essentially what it is you go on and you get these what are called ERC 721s. So like tokens like Ether, Bitcoin, whatever, those are called ERC 20 tokens, where like one is not more or less valuable than the other. So, if I have a Bitcoin and you have a Bitcoin, our Bitcoin are worth the same amount because, it's the same coin. But an ERC 721 token is a Ethereum, I believe, blockchain from like smart contract standard coin. So it's if I have a ERC 721 token and you have one, no matter how similar they are not the same like coin. It's its own unique, identifiable like smart contract like token. And so essentially what it is, it's like they had.
But all the rules are essentially written.
Yeah, it's each token is its own smart contract.
Yeah.
And so essentially you go on and you get these cats, these CryptoKitties, and you breed them together. So they have like different designs, different like traits and whatnot. They have it's really cool. They designed them to have like how humans have genes, like 64 or whatever, genes or chromosomes. They designed their cats, the actual like in-game cats, to have the same like design structure. So it's like each of these cats on the website, and there's like millions of them at this point, have their own like genetic makeup, like their own traits, their own like hairstyle, eyes, whatever, like emotions, and each one is unique. And what the purpose was it for is like you'd get them and you would like breed them with other cats, and some of them would have rare, unique like mutation genes, which would make them valuable. So there have been cats that have sold on the like in the game. So it's like you go on and you buy a cat for like $1, right? You can breed it with another cat on there. You'll pay like a 50-cent transaction fee. And then you get lucky, and the cat that's bred from it has some really rare trait, and they have sold for up to like $100,000+ like USD. It's gone down quite a bit in the past few months since other dApps and whatnot have come out, but there's still ones coming out. Like they had some like NBA player join it just the other week, but they still have them selling for like $25,000, $30,000, $40,000. Like every other like week, depending on the cat. So that's just like one way, but it's essentially the fact that like they're their own unique tokens. They have their own like wealth. So one like in-game token, can have its own value compared to the other, and then just depending on the value that they give it, kind of like with any currency, that's the worth that it's given.
Man, that's really cool stuff. Hey, your name's Brian? Or Brian?
Yeah, Brian.
It's really great to meet you, man. This is the first time I'm using AltSpace. I just
really?
Account like 20 minutes ago. This is really cool.
Well, thank you for choosing us for your first thing. Yeah, this is like I said. Normally we it's a lot more.
Well, I saw the title and I was like, no way. Yeah.
Yeah, no. As I said, like it's
super cool. Do you usually have turnout at?
Yeah, so as I was saying, like normally it's me and Mike, the other guy. We co-started it. We co-run it. Like I said, normally we do it on Fridays or Thursdays. This was the first Saturday event that we did, and I don't know. I was honestly really baffled personally at how low the turnout was. We had 18 people RSVP, which is pretty like low to standard for RSVP, but we normally have like 20, 30 plus people turn out for our weekly meetings. So I don't know. Today just kind of. Yeah, because it's like we have a presentation like set up every week that we like go through to take up like the entire hour. I actually had one set up today on dApps and like blockchain gaming and on all like decentralized exchanges, smart contracts, like all the stuff we talked about, like in like Google Slides and whatnot. But I can't get it up and running today because the other guy's not here. So we weren't really able to do it. It's like we've also had like actual ICO members and whatnot come and present for us in the past like 2 weeks and whatnot, and we actually have some giveaways going on. So if you are interested, like I was saying, in the actual gaming space, CryptoRome.io, Crypto Rome, like the Roman Empire. It's a blockchain game on the Ethereum blockchain that you can actually join for free. You can go on, get a free plot of land to start, and essentially the game's slowly been developing, and you like get troops and you send those troops out to conquer like land in these like card forms, and you like go and like other people go on and they send their troops and you have to like fight each other to take control of the land to become like the Caesar of Rome for the day. And they've actually partnered with me for an official giveaway, so I have that going on both my Discord and my YouTube. So if you actually want to jump into the game and get a try to win some cool thing on that, it's worth like half an ether, so like good like $100-200 if you tried to win.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got that going on. I also have my own token if you join the space.
And do you usually control the screen?
So normally we both like come up with the thing. He runs the slides, like I present and he presents, but he's the one that actually like changes the slides and uploads it. I am like admin and moderator. However, for some reason I've never been able to actually have access to either of the screens. So I've always had him like just do the slide changing, and then like I talk or he talks. But it's just, I don't know, it kind of didn't really work out this week. But yeah, it's normally pretty
This is brilliant. This is really cool. I didn't mean to take away from
yeah, no, it was actually really nice.
Like you have some really cool stuff to share.
Yeah, it's like
really cool stuff that's happening.
Well, the entire point of this group was to have it like end up being more like open, source, like space. Like people come in, they have questions on crypto. They have, as we were doing like projects like Stellar or like whatever that they're interested in or investing in. And, maybe we know it, maybe we don't. Like, I don't know too much about Stellar personally, so it's like, if they know about it and they bring it up and we don't know about it, we like to have them, explain to the group about it, because we assume, the group doesn't know about it, and then, we all end up learning something new, and then it's open, because it's the entire point of blockchain is decentralization, right? So it's, what's the point of having a blockchain and crypto group where it's going to be 2 people running it the entire time and controlling everyone? Because that's not decentralized, and that's not what I wanted to do here. And so, I'm trying to get it more open source, but not a lot of people like to talk. So it's been a challenge.
That's a brilliant attitude, man. That's really cool. That's smart.
Yeah, that's my thought. I was like, hey, it's because I don't know if you know too much about, since you just got into the alt space, but there's so many projects like coming out on the blockchain space for VR, like Decentraland, as I brought up, Staramba, High Fidelity. There's another handful. I just can't think of them because they're not actually like doing anything. And I've gotten in touch with them. Like, I've gotten a response from Decentraland. I've gotten responses from a handful of people, but they never get into it. And it's like, you think if you were like a blockchain, like, developing project, getting into the VR space, and you'd see, because as far as I know, we are the only actual active and like running VR crypto and blockchain group. So you'd think that any of them are actually trying to do anything on the VR space would be interested in talking to you or 30 plus 40 50 whatever people live about their project. But we've had no shows. We've had, I don't know, it's crazy. It's weird.
Well, this is an early adopter thing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm on an Oculus right now, and that's brand new. It's only been out for a few months, and this alt space thing, I just discovered it. So I bet if you get some time, it'll probably be way more mainstream.
Yeah, that's the hope. And the beautiful thing about AltSpace, at least, is you can use it on anything. So as you said, Oculus, you can do it on like the Gear VR on your phone. I actually used the Oculus Go that I just got when I first started. Right now I'm using the actual 2D mode on your computer, so if you actually just like have a gaming PC and not even a VR headset, you can still download AltSpace and use it like perfectly, which is what I'm doing just because I don't have a fully functioning VR headset. So it's you don't even need VR to join us.
Okay.
So like, you know, that's something I've been trying to get the word out a lot, you know, on for the people, and it's, I don't know, they don't seem to, not yet anyway. We've been doing it for like a month and a half now that this has been going, almost 2 months. So, you know, just kind of keep it up.
This is really cool. This was impromptu for me. Yeah, this was impromptu for me, but I'll definitely make an effort to come up and more. I want to learn more about this, and this is super cool, man. We're in like this giant room. With,
Yeah, no, it was, I definitely...
control these billboards, like it says Crypto 101. That's really cool.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to have the room set so it could, you know, fit a nice, like, amount of people. And as I was said, like, we have a Discord group. I don't know if you use Discord at all, but that's got like 50-something members in it actively. We Yeah, so it's, I don't know if you know Skype probably. It's like the new version of like what Skype is.
Everybody's gone.
Yeah, no, it's from 6 to 7. It's almost over. But yeah, it's like the new standard for like Skype, so you can like talk with people like on voice chat, or we normally just do like the chat, like you know, messaging, like conversation. But yeah, it's like I have a few giveaways going on there currently from some actual like projects and whatnot. Like I said, I also have my YouTube channel, so if you're actually interested in any of those like games and whatnot, like I said, Fandom Games, I have like 70 videos I upload daily. I had one out today, like 2 yesterday, I have one coming out tomorrow, and like 90% of them are games, like all on the blockchain, so like Hyper Dragon, Crypto Rome, Crypto Kitties, exoplanets, like you name it. If it's like a game and it's legit and it's on the blockchain, it's probably on my channel. So if you're interested, you know, let's definitely take a look and join in on the giveaway, because, you know, that'd be pretty cool if you were to, you know, win that.
Yeah, right. Some beginner's luck, but I'll definitely check out the YouTube, man. That sounds great.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's nice to meet everyone virtually. Yeah,
Definitely nice to meet you as well. Like I said, the next one should be on this upcoming Friday at, you know, 6 to 7, same time as today. So, you know, if you can make it, you know, great. If not, you know, hopefully we'll see you in the future. If not, on the Discord or something, or maybe our Telegram. I don't know if you're in the Telegram, but that's another big like blockchain thing for like chat and groups and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, any questions, like if any you know, whatever on this, yeah, just keep it in mind. Got any questions, definitely just, you know, message us and let us know. And yeah, I'm personally gonna head out just because I got work in the morning, and it was, you know, great talking to you, great talking to, you know, all of you guys, and hope to see you all again soon. So yeah, have yourselves all a good night, morning, day, wherever you're at, and yeah, so peace.
It's a crazy thing, right? You don't know. That's
Have
cool.
a good
Thanks, bro.
one.
Okay.
I'm
Well, that actually went